Hello, I'm Paul Pluta and welcome to Paul Pluta Prestige. Today I'd like to talk about the Hanhart Pilot's Watch. And the thing is, Hanhart is a name which they have got a lot to do with aviation, and they did have pilot's watches many years ago. But this new reissue, this new interpretation, I mean, it looks pleasant enough, but when you scratch under the surface, you realize what a crop of shit it is. I mean, you're using a generic value movement. Now, I really, one thing that really irritates me is when watchmakers think by having a display back, it suddenly means their movement is worthy of inspection. And in the Hanhart, this shows you why Rolex doesn't do display backs. And I've got a lot of respect for Rolex, and the reality is their movements are very utilitarian. They're not polished like a Patek. They're not finished like a Patek. Therefore, you would never, ever display it. But Hanhart thinks they can put a display back on the back of a value movement, and it just looks absolute dog shit. I mean, you have got 90-degree angles. How awful. The Geneva seal certainly would have a fit if you tried to submit this sort of piece of dog turd. And I mean, the dial is pretty enough. The case, you know, it's kind of tried to copy the Breitling polished steel case. And you know, it's got a lot of good points, but at the end of the day, this Hanhart Pilot's Watch is a piece of utter dog turd. It's dog shit, and I wouldn't be caught dead with a Hanhart on my wrist. And it's pretending to be something it's not. And I suppose it's no different to IWC with its huge pilot's watches which use an ETA sort of movement in them. I mean, it's no different to that. And I suppose the Hanhart at least is a bit more honest than IWC. But look, it's just not good. It's just not pretty. It's not a quality watch. It's entry Swiss. You know, it's dog shit, okay? I can't lie to anyone there. This watch is dog shit. And that's how I feel about it. I mean, it tries. Shit. I'm not impressed by it. Okay, let's go through the rating. The brand itself, Hanhart as a brand, I'm going to give it a very generous 5. The status in the Hanhart range, well, the Pilot's Watch is a very significant watch. I'm going to give it a 7. The movement, I'm just going to give it a 5. It's a very low pass. The overall finish and quality, I'm going to have to give it a 5. It's losing points for displaying such an ugly fucker of a movement. It's like an ugly woman with bad legs. Don't wear a fucking mini skirt. That's only for people who have beautiful legs. Same thing with the Hanhart. It's an ugly fucking movement. Don't display it. The overall Paul Pluta Prestige rating, I'm going to give it a 5. All up, we give the Hanhart Pilot's Watch 27. Thank you for listening.